inviting people into a space where we're going to hold this story.
I love your art. Did you know a lot of the riders were actually women wearing beards?
Yes.
Which gives me such like Monty Python vibes. It's amazing.
Oh. What if Muppets did the Easter story?
If that's all we're looking for, that's what we're going to find. Yeah.
I'm looking for pie.
Hello, and welcome to Faith in Geekery, the live stream and podcast that explores all things geek, pondering together the deeper questions in life and what our passions have to show us about the unseeable divine. In tonight's episode, we're pulling up a comfy chair alongside a warm fire, grabbing our coziest blankets and our fluffiest slippers, drawing the curtains against the drab and the damp, whilst together we explore all the wonderful ways we keep ourselves sane in the long, dark winter weeks post-Christmas. My name is Jenny, and I am very much looking forward to Hyggeing together this evening. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Hygge, if you know, let us know. And tonight I am joined by the very lovely
Becca. Hello and welcome.
And Tom.
Yay! You guys,
Hyggeing together.
Hygge together. Have you got cozy blankets lined up?
No, I should have done.
Yeah.
I've got slippers on. I've got fluffy slippers, but that's it.
I've got a gift of a weighted red panda that is not mine. I bought it as a gift. So that is very cozy and cuddly.
That sounds amazing. You can borrow it before you give it away. So, as we always do, let's start by saying what geeky things have you been up to this week? And if you're listening along, pop it in chat so that you can share it with us. But you guys, what have you been up to this week?
Oh, well, I started off, I was thinking about this before we were on. And to start with, earlier in the day, I was thinking, I don't think I've done any geeky things in the last week. I've been really un-geeky. But yeah, no, quite. Then I sat down and thought about it, and I realised that I have done some geeky things. I've been doing some administration in the background on my Warhammer 40,000 crusade that I'm part of. Haven't played any games this week, but I've been doing the admin in the background. That's definitely pretty geeky. We've started watching Wonder Man, the latest Marvel show on Disney Plus. It's a very interesting kind of way into it, in the sense that it's two characters, including Trevor Slattery, played by Ben Kingsley, who is an actor who plays other characters, and anyway, so all of that stuff. So that's
isn't he Sir Ben Kingsley?
Yes, he is Sir Ben.
Yes,
would you like to use correct pronouns?
Give him his full title, Tom.
Yes, Sir Ben. It's very good. And then also slightly different direction. I have been continuing to read detective fiction. I got to the end of reading the Ellie Griffiths Dr. Ruth Galloway series set in Norfolk. That's really why I'm reading them. But I got to the end of one and I had to think, now am I going to move on to something different, or am I just going to go straight on to the next one in the series? And I did the geeky thing of simply going straight on, binging like you do with TV shows, just moved on to the next book in the series. So I think that's pretty geeky too. So that's my geeky thing.
That sounds amazing. Otherwise, if I don't do that, I have to go through a period of mourning from letting go of the characters that have basically been my life for however long I've been engaging with it. So it's always good when you can. It's
always the conundrum, isn't it? And there is a relief when a series that you've been following ends, because then you almost have to let it go or start again.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So
100%.
speaking of binging, I have obviously done Bridgerton. Started all the way through, rewatched
Nice.
Queen Charlotte. Nicely, I just finished watching Queen Charlotte because that kind of sits outside of the other three series, and it has such a lovely ending. And Brandon said they really should stop it there. And I said no, that's the end. And it's just perfectly done.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Are you watching that because the new series, the new season?
So I watched the first 4 for my birthday celebrations. That was my children. You have to sit and watch it with me, and so they did.
Nice.
That was nice.
If you were forced to pick a favourite Bridgerton sibling, who would it be?
Favorite Bridgerton sibling?
Yeah.
It's probably who's that? She's on the shelf. What's her name? Is it
Penny?
I want to say Eloise. No, because she's not a Bridgerton sibling.
The
Rebel.
Is it not Emily?
Series next. Her series is series 5.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. This is why we need people who comment.
Yeah. I'm not being silent for no reason. I just have no concept of the Bridgerton universe whatsoever, so I wouldn't be able to offer anything helpful.
It's just so well done. It does inclusivity without saying we're doing inclusivity. Look at us. This is all about it. It just is. And it does that by having diversity and having stories that are rich and deep with lots of different types of people and backgrounds and things. So
it's raunchy as well, in a way that is not too raunchy that it would be uncomfortable to watch. But it's
with your children, it is a little.
Yeah, I can even, when you said for my birthday we sit down and that's what we watch.
Yeah,
I was thinking
there's some moments where you think, okay,
just cross the line, maybe just a little bit, but it balances it out with the romance. I think very lovely, and it's very well made as well. It's just a very pleasing show in loads of all of the ways.
My worry is that the budget has clearly got bigger, and so the staging has got bigger. And it then starts to feel that there was an element where it felt not quite every day, but when it gets too grand, it starts to become distant. It's Doctor Who and Disney all over again. That's my worry. So I hope they just don't get too carried away with their success. Yeah.
Let's hope. When is it out? Must be soon.
End of February is the next 4.
Good.
Okay.
So the first 4 are out, and then the next 4 are out end of February.
Awesome. Mark is saying that he has been enjoying stews and broths, which fit in really nicely with a winter Hygge theme. Broth is good, isn't it? Like, it feels healing somehow when you make a broth from scratch. If it's a veggie bone broth, it feels like it's got I have mostly been geeking out this week to Walt Disney World videos, because they are my go-to when I'm in need of some sunshine and pick me up. And
videos of your time in Walt Disney World, or videos of Walt Disney?
Videos that content creators have, thankfully. Somebody's got to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, somebody's job has to be there. So thankfully they have volunteered themselves as tributes to go and make content in Walt Disney World
what a hard life.
I know. You can support them financially if you feel motivated to do so.
Nice.
They go and they make content, and it's just one of my absolute all-time favorite things when it's dark and damp, to put on some, just to know that somewhere in the world somebody is on Spaceship Earth and they're watching the mammoths being fought by the cavemen somewhere right now. well, I know where, in Epcot. Somebody is sat there on Spaceship Earth watching those cave people fight that mammoth, and it just brings me a lot of joy. So that's what I've been. And I think that probably is the most geeky of us all, potentially. If it was a competition, it's not, but if it was...
It is pretty geeky.
It is quite geeky. I mean, I was nearly late because of my geekiness in being hyper-focused on moving pixels in a virtual world. Yeah, we're doing well in terms of the geeky scale. Then we're not doing too badly.
Well done,
us.
Good.
Awesome.
Shall we move on to the geeky news?
Oh, hang on. What does Steve say? Steve says, "Evening, everyone. He's on shift, but seems the Q word tonight. So
nobody say it out loud. Nobody say it
out loud.
No, see, I didn't. I read it as it was. So he's joined us. Welcome, Steve.
Good to see you, Steve. Good to see you.
Hope we can keep it noisy for you here.
Yes. Awesome. Shall we have the geeky news?
Oh.
Let us have geeky news. Hang on. I'm having gone over to chat. I've then lost the. Bear with. Hang on. I'm so sorry. Wait. Hang on. It's coming.
This is the Faith in Geekery news, broadcast to your home and around the world.
So we have not got, well done, well found. We've not got much geeky news tonight. We did want to share the first bit of news because I was really sad when I heard this. There you go. Because she's passed away, hasn't she? And can't now for the life of me remember her name, which is terrible. I've not written it down.
As I've said before, Jen, you are the best newsreader that we have.
This is the tape I'm going to send off to the BBC for the new job. I think I'll be hired immediately because she's passed away. She was in some of like all time. Obviously, when she was younger, she was in Home Alone. She was the mum that forgot her child and left her at home. But we didn't judge her. And she was in various things like Beetlejuice. I mean, how amazing was she in that? But more recently, and something very, very dear to my heart, was Schitt's Creek, not a swear word spelt differently. And Moira Rose will be an icon that lives on forever. So very sad to hear of her passing. It said that she only had a very short illness, so it did feel like it was quite a surprise that she'd been poorly. And then the other thing was something that Lydia posted for us, which is that there is, in fact, I think it is today, an auction, or it has been today, an auction for various props. And like it looks like there's a Dalek. I can't imagine they're actually just auctioning a Dalek, but that's what the picture looks like of Doctor Who props and memorabilia from the series that have been used. And all of the proceeds are going to Comic Relief. So how interesting is that? No, not Comic Relief. Children in Need. Children in Need. Oh, right.
Oh, misdirected charity funds. Shame on you.
One or the other. Not sure Comic Relief is a thing anymore. Is Comic Relief still a thing?
It is.
Whichever one it is, I'm pretty sure it's Children in Need is going towards it.
Yeah.
And she was wondering which, Lydia asked the question, which props or which show would we spend a lot of money buying memorabilia from if we saw it pop up. And it's an easy answer for me. Anything that Pedro Pascal has touched, therefore might contain his DNA, is obviously for me.
This is why people sell their underpants, isn't it?
Why was it? Nobody mentioned underpants, Becca. Nobody said that. That is not what I meant. Any DNA would be fine. Just say when cloning.
I was in a sock shop the other day. And I noticed they had socks that had Pedro Pascal on the socks. So, and I thought I almost bought a pair just to send them to you.
Say thank you so much for buying them for me. That's so kind of you.
But for me, I think the obvious thing with the one that goes in my head is West Wing props. I think if I had money to be spending on the West Wing props, they would be.
Gotcha. As in the TV show.
As in the TV show, yeah. I don't think I want anything that the current occupant of the West Wing has touched.
No, I was going to say right now, no. Maybe in a bar, yes, no. But the TV show, absolutely excellent choice. Would there be a particular character that you would like it would be pretty amazing to get the framed napkin with Bartlett for president.
Yeah, I mean
on the
that would be just.
amazing.
I mean, but no, there are probably slightly odd ones. So, if I could get hold of Josh Lyman's backpack, because he always wore a backpack rather than like a
fluffy backpack.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I think his Josh Lyman's backpack, the "Don't Tread on Me" flag from Sam Seaborn's office.
Yes.
That would definitely be one. The cookies, the cookies that Donna's mum sent. It's Donna's mum, I think it is, that sends her that lead. Yeah, that leads to the solution about the Supreme Court Chief Justice. That would be quite kind of niche.
They just got them both, right? They got both the cats.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. I would like the shoes that Josh's mum
the free
sends
Peter
in that are
shoes.
too big and make him fall over. Yeah, I'd like that. And I think anything that's in Jed Bartlett's Oval Office would just be, but especially maybe the sign on his desk, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Tom, yes. So what we need to do is look out for an auction where any of these things and maybe pool our money together for dues.
Absolutely.
Becca, did you have anything?
I don't think so. I think when I was in my Firefly phase, I think bits and bobs from Firefly might be quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the dinosaurs that he's playing with on the thingy.
Yes. Or his jacket, right? I think any of the clothes from Firefly would be amazing.
Or a tea set from Bridgerton. I would not say no to adding to my tea set collection and getting that out for Sunday tea, which I do like to do.
Do you know, I did see the other day some Mickey ears, you know, the ears that you wear when you go to the park, that were a Disney Bridgerton cross. Somebody made, who obviously loves both. They are very beautiful. So,
you'll have to, I feel that's a Geeky Gallery share, Jen.
Yeah. I shall find
refine them, because that brings together many joys.
Yes, all of the joys. Awesome. Well, that's the news.
That's the news.
Yeah.
There you go. Brief. Nothing else has happened. Nothing bad has happened. That's just the news.
Just the news that we want to hear.
That's it. Just
that's
2 items.
Completely it. Full stop. Good. Shall we move on to the quiz? Are you ready?
I got questions. The quiz.
Okay. So for our quiz this week, we have 3 questions about Hygge. And we have 2 questions not about Hygge that it helped me with, and then I picked one just for me. So here we go. Settle in. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Question number 1. The art of Hygge, a cultural... I love how I say that different every time I say it.
Yeah.
Stand by it. A cultural concept focusing on comfort and togetherness originates from Denmark. Which English word is the closest translation of Hygge? The art of Hygge, a cultural concept focusing on comfort and togetherness, originates from Denmark. But which English word is the closest translation?
Is it a verb?
I could give you a hint, but I would then have to minus points.
Oh, okay. No. What? Who even are you? You're no Tim.
I'm even strict.
I'll give you a hint, but I'm going to take away points. Boo to you. Right. Okay. Next question.
Hygge food is comfort eating based on meat, confectionery, sugar, and carbohydrates. But which of these Danish foods is not typically Hygge? Now, if you thought my pronunciation so far was bad, just you wait and see. This is a multiple choice. Is it A, kanelbule? Spot on. So accurate.
So good. So good to our Danish friends.
B, gulerod pind. C, steg. Or D, no bread. Would you like me to read that again?
And I dare you to be able to actually pronounce them exactly the same.
Yes, if you do exactly the same, then yes.
Okay. Which of these Danish foods is not typically hygge? Is it A, kanelbule, B, gulerod pind, C, flakesteg, or D, snowbread? I'll give you a minute to decide.
Oh, I thought you said no bread. I thought that was a really good, obvious one. No bread. That's not very comforting, is it?
Bread or snowbread. Are you ready for the next question?
So ready.
Go for it.
So question number 3. Children can learn the Danish art of happiness by being creative and making, here we go again, are you ready? Geeky brev. Geeky brev. If there's 2 Ks in something, does that change? Do you have to try put out? I don't know.
I don't know, Jen.
Geeky bread. It could be geeky bread. Just
Geeky
before
bread.
Easter. What alternative name is this known by? You're going to learn so much because I made so many notes. Shall I read it again? Children can learn the Danish art of happiness by being creative and making geeky bread just before Easter. But what alternative name is this known by? Question number 4.
Okay.
This one is from my Edward. From The Simpsons, and in memory of Beatrice Picard, who passed away recently, who was the voice actor for the French-Canadian Marge, name both of Ned Flanders' sons.
Oh.
I thought that was going to be. I thought that was going to be the easy one, but that's probably just because of how often I watch The Simpsons with Ed. So, from The Simpsons, and in memory of Beatrice Picard, name both of Ned Flanders' sons. I'm sorry that's caused so much pain in your head. I'm sorry about that. I'm not sorry. Not sorry. Are you ready for the last question?
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay, this is question number 5, and this is for me. Which is the most recent Walt Disney World ride that closed for good yesterday? And those listening, not today, that's the 2nd of February 2026. And here's a hint. It is an opening day attraction of the animal kingdom. So which of them is the most recent Walt Disney World ride that closed for good yesterday on the 2nd of February? It was an opening day attraction of the animal kingdom. I will give you 2 bonus points if you can name its original 1998 name and if you know the tagline to the ride. Go. You both look really angry, but this is a brilliant question. If you were a World fan, you would be geeking out so hard right now. Have you had enough time for the answers?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Question number 1. What is the closest English translation of hygge? And the answer is coziness. Coziness.
Oh, I put comfort.
Oh, that's really close. I feel like that's very, very close. What did you have, Tom?
I had no clue, so I just wrote hug down just for humour.
Also a really good answer. Nice. I feel like you definitely both
cozy hug.
Yeah, cozy.
Are you giving up as a point for our poor translation Danish?
You get a point because I'm worried you're not going to get any otherwise. Question number 2: which was the odd one out that wasn't a hygge type food? And the answer was gulerod pind, because that stands for carrot sticks. So hygge food is meant to be comfort food. So we had kanelbule, which is a cinnamon roll, snow bread, which is campfire bread, and flakesteg, which is roast pork with crispy crackling. And all of that is meant to be satisfying comfort food. Yeah, they all do sound amazing.
Nice.
Don't they?
That sounds good.
Yes. Question number 3 was about Geeky brev. I don't think that's how you pronounce it. But what's the alternative name? It's called a snowdrop letter, and this is a really cute thing that children, Danish children, do, which is it's similar to a Valentine's Day card, where you keep your identity secret. So to make a snowdrop letter, you fold paper in half and then half again, and then you cut tiny little shapes so that when the paper is opened, it looks like a really beautiful snowflake or just really beautiful intricate patterns. And then you write a short poem or rhyme inside, and if your identity remains a secret to the person that you give it to, you are given a chocolate Easter egg. It's a way to earn tasty chocolate Easter eggs, and there's lots of different little poems that they can write in the snowdrop letter. How cute is that?
That is cute.
Adorable.
I have obviously automatically cozied that, and there's some really pretty ones.
Really cute patterns that you can do. And then here, this is one of the poems that you can write. Snowdrop, snowdrop, snowdrop fine, omen true of hope divine. From the heart of winter bring thy delightful hope of spring. Guess my name, I humbly beg, your reward an Easter egg. Let these puzzling dots proclaim every letter in my name. Isn't that adorable?
Oh, that is cute.
No. We can add that to our own lists of cozy things that we do. Okay, and question number 4, name both of Ned Flanders' sons, Rod and Todd.
Not John and Charles, which was my offering.
Or thing 1 and thing 2, which was mine. But, you know.
I'm so pleased I gave you that point at the beginning. Question number 5.
Also pleased.
It was dinosaur that closed, obviously, that closed yesterday. People have been really sad about dinosaur closing because it's such an amazing ride. It's going to be replaced by an Indiana Jones ride, but still it's an absolute classic. When it opened in 1998, it was called Countdown to Extinction, still dinosaur themed, but they didn't just call it Dinosaur, which they changed to make it more obvious what it was about. And its tagline was always, it's fast, it's a blast, it's in the past. Because you have to go into the past and retrieve a dinosaur, an iguanodon to be exact. So there we go. That was our quiz. How did you do?
Very badly. 1. I got 1.
Yeah. Just the one that you really gave it away. So
the one that you kindly gave us, some might say.
That was it.
Yeah, I made it too hard.
Oh, no, that was fun. It was
really
fun.
Yeah, we learned many poorly pronounced Danish customs.
Hey, whoa, we don't know they're poorly pronounced. I could have been really.
They could have been. If there's anyone out there that speaks Danish who could compliment Jenny on her pronunciation, that would be lovely.
Or
thank you.
Please, receive my apologies now. That would be the other thing you could do. Just abject apologies for butchering the language. That is very beautiful. Well, well done on your ones, you guys. Well done. And that's the quiz.
Thank you.
I got questions. The quiz.
Awesome. Shall we move on to talking about Hygge? Hygge. Yeah. How do you think you pronounce it?
I don't know. I feel that's something that I would have to ask the internet.
I watched a video of a woman pronounce it, and she said you have to make the sound of oo. No, you make the sound of e, but in the lip pattern of oo. Ooh, hui, hui,
Hygge. Oh, that has a whistle. Hygge.
Which I think is probably one of those things that if you've not grown up knowing how to do that with your mouth, maybe you've struggle. So I had a little look about this. That I wanted to talk about this because it struck me that we're in that period of winter that I absolutely hate. I can't stand this part of winter.
This month particularly.
It's just not my favorite, and I think for me winter very definitely divides neatly into 2 portions, because we've got pre-Christmas winter, which is wonderful and sparkly, fun, and you're seeing loads of people, and you've got loads of lovely plans and you get to eat the tasty Christmas food. And then you've got this part of winter, which just feels very dark and
Lovely plans, though. We're going to see the theatre next week.
Yes, we are.
So there are some lovely plans. Still, it is not strewn with things that smell like cinnamon and sparkly light. And the
No, it feels really important to have plans exactly like that, because otherwise it's a pretty barren. But even especially January, everybody's quite poor after Christmas, right? And it feels like you don't get paid for a million years. And so like it's my very least time of the year, which made me think about all the things that we do potentially from a geeky perspective that could be classed as hygge, stuff that we do for comfort, stuff that we do to cheer ourselves up and rely on. And as I was looking at hygge further right, it looks like it's about 4 different things. It's about creating atmosphere that is cozy and snuggly and warm. It's about present, meaning we stay in the present moment. So a kind of version of mindfulness, really, which is about being in the present moment. It's about togetherness. So it's meant to be with other people, meant to be with family and friends, and gathering together and having this moment of presence where we are together. And it's definitely about comfort. So it's about treats that can be food or can be other things. And I think that's probably where the geekiness comes in, right? That sense of there's some things that maybe when we're feeling drab and cold and everything's dark that we go to. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
There's something about being intentional, isn't there? That there is pursuit outside of work, work brings meaning and purpose and the money to make up for overspending at Christmas. But something intentional about how you practice your time. I think I've been trying to do that with cooking recently, and being really rather than seeing it as a chore, seeing it as something that I can be curious about. What does it feel like when I am slicing this pepper? How can I just enjoy the smell and the sensation of cooking things? So today I made a chicken pot pie, and it had the decoration from my cookie cutter set of little beehive hexagons over the top of it with butterflies for no other reason than I could. And it's cozy and comforting and warm, but also that little bit of effort of being intentional with my time and focus. So
that sounds
very it does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
there's
really
something really satisfying about. Last time I did it, it was hedgehogs kissing.
Nice. Very cute.
Chicken pie, but it was hedgehogs having a little with the pie.
And did you share that? Like, was that a meal that you ate together as a family? Yeah. Did you have a nice?
Yeah, so the 3 of us had that, and there's just something lovely about little pot pie.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds really lovely. I think as well, because of where this tradition has come from, those Scandinavian countries get even less sunshine in the winter than we do. There's something about creating a sense of light when we don't have natural daylight to draw on. That there is, which I think is what they're saying when they're saying atmosphere. It's about kind of when things are dim and dark outside, that we are going to create this sense of light. So we're going to physically maybe light candles or have cozy lighting around us, but then also what other things do we do to bring us this same sense of actually we're here together and we're safe, and there is this light that we're sharing together. And that, I mean, that pie sounds exactly that, like made with love, made with intention and presence, and then shared together in that way.
But we don't always pay attention to light, do we? And unless you're focused on particular details.
Hmm.
Well, Jenny does. That I think that's what I noticed about your hospitality, is that you
Yeah.
don't just think about food, but you think about the lighting in a room, partly because you don't like the big light on.
Big
But
light.
you have candles lit, and you know,
Yeah.
you've got your seasonal tea towels, and
Yes. These things matter to me. Definitely. They're little tiny signs. But I think that's part of the reason why January, February are less fun, because what seasonal tea towel can I have right now? Like, what can I have? What seasonal tea towel can I have?
It's too soon for
Valentine's?
Valentine's. It's too soon, and also
I don't like
it's
Valentine's Day.
such a short.
Oh,
And being single is a whole thing on Valentine's Day. Like, it's not a straightforward, you know.
No.
Galentine's.
Hello, Galentine's. Hello.
No, it's a good question. It's an interesting one, because I don't mind this time of year. I don't mind this time of year because I am just absolutely clear that the times of the year that I dislike the most, not I dislike any of the times of the year terribly, but I dislike spring and autumn.
Oh.
Because they're grey. That's when it rains the most. I live in the east, the far east. Remember, not the far east, as in globally, but the east of the country. We don't get huge amounts of rain, though we get more than we used to. But yeah, to me, spring and autumn are grey, middling seasons, whereas winter is cold and it is dark, or it is bright. It's cold, but it's bright, especially in this neck of the woods where we have very big skies. If it's bright, it really is bright. And the summer obviously is warm and bright, but it's spring and autumn that are really my times that I dislike.
Interesting.
But I like extremes of weather. So it is the fact that I like it when it's really cold, because it means I get to I do comfort wise, I get to wrap up warm in my big coat and things. So I had a funeral earlier today, and I really wish I'd had my clerical cloak with me, because it was freezing.
Historical long johns.
I may or may not have had those on. I'm not talking about them, but,
there's something about the cold and the dark which have already maybe made you do that Hygge thing without really thinking about it. That it's giving you, permission.
You're already doing the things.
Yeah.
No, quite. I mean, and there are traditional foods of this time of year that are some of my very favourite foods.
Like what?
Bangers and mash. Bangers and mash is just, bangers and mash is kind of our go. If Lorna ever mentions, because she does do most of the cooking, if she mentions, oh yeah, it's gonna be bangers and mash, or she hasn't mentioned and I realise that's what it's like, that's like, doesn't matter how bad a day I've had, it's like, oh, bangers and mash.
I was told today that somebody in the house is getting a little bit fed up of mashed potato. I know. I'm pretty sure she is not of my womb. However, that is indicative of mashed potato being a comfort food. So I'd made a huge batch of it. We freeze some of it. Some of it stays in the fridge, and it's been apparently too many days.
I didn't think that was
baked potatoes yesterday, but no, it is. So I promised pasta for tomorrow, but pasta doesn't feel like a comfort food to me.
Not in the same kind of way.
It's not in the same camp.
No, possibly not in the same. I mean, I like pasta. Pasta is my go-to carb. I'm not a huge potato fan, but no, it is.
I like gravy. You see, I'll have salad with a pasta. And I don't want salads at this time of year.
Not this time of year. And they're so versatile, potatoes, though, aren't they? Like
they are.
There are so many ways that you can cook them, so you'll never get bored. There is this part of Hygge which says some people say that you need to be stepping aside from using technology in order to effectively have these moments where you're connecting with the people around you, that you're in the present moment, that you're comfy and cozy, and that you are feeling that sense of joy and light together. And that really got me thinking, because I was wondering, I don't know if I have a moment where I'm being in the present moment and I'm, living and enjoying and together without technology being part of the picture.
Lego. So there are times, because Lorna and I both do Lego, we won't build the same model, but there are times when we will be sat at the table together building Lego models at the same time.
See, I think that's all of the boxes.
And I have deliberately avoided getting the Lego app that has all the so that there is a physicality even to looking at the instruction, because you can get the instruction manuals on the app and things, but and sometimes it has an advantage because it does have 3D imaging on the app, so you can twist the instructions so that you can just see where everything goes, but it's just that lack of physicality of kind of like, no, building Lego for me is the blocks and the actual instruction, the paper instruction manual, turning the pages. So it just doesn't feel the same when I'm using the app.
Especially because the little guy that is progressing at the bottom of the page, watching him or her get closer and closer to the end, and that feeling of, I love that, where you feel like, oh, this is really, I've done so much, and this feels really, I feel like I've achieved so much, but also I don't want it to end. So I'm getting a bit sad because it's getting closer and closer to the end of that line. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah,
that's
Tom
awesome.
is showing the pure winter resilience, though, isn't he? In terms of the things that you love, the things that you do, the things that you take pleasure in, actually mean that it doesn't matter that it is darker and colder, because you've got things in place for your flourishing.
Sometimes I feel like we might be fighting against what our circadian rhythms are wanting us to do anyway in winter, which is to slow down, spend more time indoors. And I think everybody I know, their life you can't just decide not to go to work in the dark. And you have to
also we have the post winter New Year's resolution, where now that I've finished feasting, I must get my life in order, I must do this and this. And I think there is that, and it's not just Danish tradition. I was reading something else, that kind of the rhythms of slowing down in January, February, and just allowing the slowness, allowing yourself to not hibernate, but to not be in your spring sap rising phase.
And have that focus be more about being at home, being together with loved ones, having that focus be more there. It seems we maybe are fighting against that somewhat in winter more than at other times.
There's a challenge then, Jen.
What's that?
If you were to apply the passion that you have for World of Disney, or Pedro, or I'm trying to think of your other geekeries, or your many other geekeries, how could you apply that for a season? Because for you not to even recognize the type of hand towel you might have in your downstairs loo at this time, right? I know. What is it? Is it there for?
I don't know. This is my question. This is my genuine, please pop it in the chat if the answer question.
Well, you've got well, probably not daffodils quite yet. Snowdrops. Snowdrops are definitely, if you could have things with snowdrops on, snowdrops are definitely out. In fact, frighteningly, we went and visited one of the National Trust properties around here just before Christmas, or just after Christmas, before New Year. We were in a National Trust property down in the west. It was in the southwest. Between Christmas and New Year, daffodils already out.
That feels early.
That is very, very frighteningly early. But
Yeah.
snowdrops, you could definitely have things with snowdrops in it on at this time.
Yeah,
of
that's
year.
kind of
That would-
seasonal.
yeah.
I think it might be something to do with, it's not about self-improvement in that kind of driven to change everything about your life in you know, in a day kind of feeling, but it could be a season of planning, and I do love planning, and that always
You
comes
do love a plan.
stationary. Yes, so it could be a new season, new stationary, new plan kind of, you know, and not in an ADHD. This is a plan that I'll buy.
This is going to fix everything if I just buy this new notebook and a pen.
Yeah,
Yes.
but rather a kind of reflection around where I am up to, you know, and where we're up to as a family, and spend time together in cozy ways, coming up with nice plans. That could definitely be something. I don't know what that looks like at a tea towel, though. I don't know. Yeah. Or if it just needs to be the tea towel that reminds me of all the other things that are lovely, which are more accessible when it's not
like your summer holiday tea towel.
Yeah,
the tea towel you take when you go camping.
Yeah, it's like pictures of you know, fun things that happen in the summer, but then also maybe just one of the things I absolutely love about our new Faith and Geekery title screen is that you have the cute Jesus right next to the Pedro, and it's maybe that's what I just need, that kind of tea towel with all of the things that I love on it, and maybe that'll do it. Maybe that'll help me to remember to be in present moment and enjoy cozy times. The thing that it really reminded me of as well when I was thinking about it was one of my all-time favorite stories from Jesus stories from scripture is when the disciples are run off their feet, and it says, and you can tell it's written by one of them as well, because they were like, we were so busy we didn't even have time to eat. And Jesus says, well, just come away with me then, just for a bit, just let us go, and he kind of draws them aside so they've got time to rest. And it reminded me of that sense of being drawn to one side in a way that is a dedicated space and time to focus on what needs to happen right now in the present moment for you to be okay and to feel balanced and to feel not run off your feet, not stressed. You know, don't let those things tick on for too long, because we can all survive, but we can only be in survival mode for so long. Like, what does it look like to come out of that and into a state of rest? And that's one of my all-time Bible verses. I often go to that one and often hear that kind of call to just draw aside just for a little bit, because if you're too busy to eat, then you're not quite nailing it. Let's try again together. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, awesome. Well, that's fab. Has anybody else got any other thoughts that's been brought to your mind, to your heart as we've been chatting? You both are deep in ponder, which is great if you're on the live stream.
We have both, both got pondering faces on. Great for our own self-reflection, rubbish for a recorded podcast. It's the we're so tied to my work-life balance doesn't change when the days are shorter. So which means that work, so certainly when I was teaching, less so now I'm working from home, but work starts in the dark and ends in the dark, and and then your day's done, and then you need to do all the other things that you would do outside of work hours in the dark. And there's something about maybe finding other rhythms in winter time. It's not, it's maybe the season of the slow cooker that you put that on during the daytime, and then the evenings you're not trying to force yourself to keep it at the pace that I know when spring comes, that's it. I will be buying my new duster in the belief that will make me a better housekeeper, and I will be buying far too many seeds that I will probably never plant, but my hope is I've already bought bulbs, but it's the permission giving that even though the days of my work life don't change, the rest of my life can. And that's quite nice.
Yeah, I like that. That permission giving is so important as well, isn't it? When we're
Permission to
seasonally.
hibernate. Once
Yeah.
November starts hitting, my whole body wants to go to sleep. I want to curl up. I want to only wear fluffy socks and woolen jumpers. And what does it look like to live in a society where that's okay?
Yeah. Not just okay, but normalized, right? I think that's what Hygge is. It's about saying, okay, well, this is normal. This is what normal is. And if you're, not balanced around this, then, have a question. What's that about? Like, come back to this state of normal. Yeah.
And that then in turn would beg questions of things like the over commercialization of midwinter festivals, whether it's Christmas or whether it's something else. Because what happens is that with when Christmas ends up being basically the whole of December, you're on the go the whole of December. Whereas it would probably work better if you went back to, I'm a big fan of saying the 12 days of Christmas are Christmas, of kind of a much slower December until the end, and then 12 days in the middle, where you do your kind of almost that that there's that evidence that humans used to do a kind of middle of the night waking up.
They didn't used to do a solid 8 hours sleep.
No, and you could do the same with an almost hibernation, that you kind of hit November, you slow down, then in the middle at Christmas, New Year, everybody kind of livens up and we get 12 days of feasting and celebrating and all that, and then we slow back down again for the rest of January and February before things start picking up again.
My December is
I love that pattern so much. That mid wake up time was often with a bedfellow, not necessarily your spouse, like just your mate. And especially if that mate was like a creative partner. So if you were doing something creative with somebody, you'd have a nap, you'd wake up in the middle of the night, because often that was seen as being a really creative period where you were able to get loads of good work done. And then you both go back to sleep and wake up again in the morning, which is such a lovely idea. But that really mirrors that as a broader sense of the winter months as well. I love that. That's brilliant. Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. That's definitely given me lots of food for thought. I think I'm going to have to go away and think not just about tea towels, but also about rhythms and patterns, and what I might need to give myself permission for, and what I might need to hear permission from, that voice that comes from above, and what is it that we're being called into in terms of patterns that are going to suit and fit and serve as well, and help us to serve others well too. That was awesome. Shall we look at Geeky Gallery before our time? Again, we've only just got a few this week. So this one is from Drogo Nevitz. This was another shift last night when he posted it, which I think was just under a week ago. Dark and dreary, which fits what we've been thinking about today. Waiting for a job to come through. So it was the Q word to begin with, but was busy by the end. Here's Cyberstan. He won this just before Christmas. I don't know if you can zoom in and see what you can see on that, or if you're listening on the podcast. This is from the Dice Company, and it's the podcast competition with lots of goodies. So there's dice mat, TTRPG books, a teacher, a Pikachu. I've just seen the Pikachu. Oh, that's so cute. So lots of fun goodies there. So well done to him. I don't know what he had to do to win it. He's not shared that, but yeah, that's pretty awesome. And then something else from Cybersense too. Apparently, this is the latest social craze, the Japanese style cheesecake. Anybody heard of this? Seen this? Tried it for themselves? It's Greek yogurt with lotus biscoff pushed in overnight. And he says it wasn't bad, honey helped. It does look like there's chocolate powder on the top as well, though. So that surely helps too. And then also he played over last weekend Stitch Monopoly and Hero Slam. both look pretty awesome.
Mm.
And this is the last one. This is from Specky Geek. He played Luthia this weekend, which I've not played. Either of you played Luthia?
No, I've not. I've heard of it,
No.
but I've not played it.
No, me neither. He says it's a fantastic game, though teaching and playing with a 13-year-old made the second playthrough a 3-hour, 40-minute game. So it's not one that you can, just do if you've only got a few minutes spare.
No, it's not a pull out on the train journey from between two stations one, is it? It's
it's not. No, it's a proper who gave moment. I think that's when you've got a nice time together. Most definitely.
Absolutely.
I mean, board games is a easy win there for who gets thinking about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's it. That's our Geeky Gallery. So don't forget to be posting in Geeky Gallery for next Faith and Geekery session, and we'll share it on our stream and on our podcast. If you've not joined our socials yet, find us on Discord and all the other socials. It'd be lovely to have chats with you.
We'll share the link in the chat at the end, particularly in Facebook, if you find us on Facebook or YouTube. And let us know what keeps you going through the dark nights, because as Tom has shown us, knowing who he is and what he likes to do keeps him steady. And we now know that Tom doesn't like the rain.
Now we know. Just because it's, I think if it was like really extreme rain, you would enjoy that.
Yeah. I mean, I've spent time on the west coast of Scotland. I've spent time in massive snowstorms in New Zealand. I've spent time with absolute torrential downpours in the southern states. Yeah, extreme weather. I like weather. The thing is, I like weather in extremes. So if it's big storms and chucking it down, that's fine. But it's that British, and it is so very British, grey drizzle. I just can't bear it.
I'm Manchester born and bred, so you've basically just described the majority
of isn't it really in Manchester?
It is basically a constant, which I love. I'm okay with that. I'm not mad about it, but it is very Manchester.
That's why I went to uni in Liverpool, because it went over us and then dumped it all on
straight to us because of those lovely Pennines. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, it was great. My sister was in Sheffield, so I was in Liverpool. My sister was in Sheffield. We both had generally better weather, and it just dumped it all the rain dumped in Manchester.
Yeah. So what you just described sounds like my childhood. Awesome.
Well, on that note, may your days be warm and your moments gentle, and your home a place where you can breathe and belong. And until we see you next time, geek safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.